Okay, we're going to connect the Soundcraft Ui16 mixer to the computer here. So you're going to come down to your Wi-Fi networks. You're going to open this up, and you're going to come up here and you're going to see Soundcraft Ui16. This will be the same thing as for the 12. You're going to select that, and you're going to go connect. Okay, the security code for that is SC for Soundcraft, UI because that's what the mixer is, and then wireless LAN. So SCUIWLAN. Once you do that, you connect. And select yes, you want it to be able to connect to your computer. Now that brings up a screen immediately. Please select your device, whether it's a mobile phone or you want the mixer for the computer. So you come in here, I'm going to select the computer, bring that up, it loads, and bam, you're on. Alright, so here is the main mixer, and you've got channels 1 through 11, and this is a touch screen, which is nice. So you got 12 is off the screen. So this is your main channels, and I'm gonna get just a little closer here on each so you can see these channels, because I can't get too close. No, that's as close as I can get. Alright, so looking at this, like let's take channel 6 for example. We have mute, so you can mute it, you can solo it, put it through the headphones, and then you can control the fader. And of course you've got 0 as unity, which is right here, and you can run that up and down. Now if you want to adjust any of the other parameters, double tap the fader button. So let's go back again. I'm going to hit the edit button, so we're here. Okay, I want to adjust the EQ, double tap the fader button. Now we're on an EQ, and we can adjust the EQ as we need to. Just like that. Pretty cool. Alright, so that's how you're able to adjust the equalizer. You come over here, Dynamics, this is your compressor, and you can grab your compressor limit, so this is where the threshold will be. And at this point it wants to know what you're going to do. So as you see a dot going up and down this threshold, that's your volume control. This is your ratio. So when the gain gets up to this point, it will kill it. As the volume goes up here, instead of letting the volume get all the way up to here, it will bring it down to here. So this is how you control your compressor. And of course you've got attack time, which really fast attack you got to be careful with, and then your release time, and then you've got your gain, which makes up if you want to make up for something you have a lot of compression on. Your sends, you've got 4 sends: reverb, delay, chorus, and room. Okay, and that's on that channel. So you can have your effects sends, and you can control up to 4 different effects per channel. And your aux sends are where you're going to be sending them out. So when you look at this, you've got aux 1, which will be like monitor 1, monitor 2, 3, 4, and record outs. Okay. Now we're going to go ahead and hit the edit button to go back to the main page. Okay, so we're back on the main page. Now we can also click here, and you can see a real-time analyzer of all your inputs and signals. So as everything's going, you can see all the levels. Touch that, it brings you up to that screen. You see something going on with your line outs, touch that, it brings your line outs, line in, left and right. You got your player in left and right, reverb, delay. That's kind of a snap. You can see your aux outs, and that gives you your monitors. Hit that, and you're into your groups. So you got 1, 2, 3, and 4, which are your aux 4, monitor 1, 2, 3, and 4. I'm sorry, right here, aux 1, 2, 3, and 4. And then these are subgroups. Alright, go back to mix gain. Mix gain. Alright, we're back to the main thing here. So we're looking at this, and this is the main mixer, and when it's going, you'll see these going up and down. You'll see a gate here, and then when it goes backwards there, that's a compressor. So it'll go downwards if it's compressing the channel. Alright, so work over here, aux sends. You can see them here, aux 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Aux 1, 2, 3, 4 are your monitor sends. Okay, so this is where you look, and this is channel 1 into monitor mix 1. So you say I want some vocals in monitor mix 1, and I want some guitar, or whatever you want. Okay, if you want, I think you can click that, but oh, I'm on the wrong page. So then you have aux 2, and let's say that's keys, and the keys wants that and keys. Aux 3, aux 4, so on and so forth. Okay, so this is how you can adjust your aux sends. Hit your aux sends button again, turns that off, takes you back to the main page. You want to come over here to FX sends, which is your effects, obviously. You can see that you have 4 different choices: reverb, delay, chorus, and room. Okay, so we're on the reverb setting, so you could add a little reverb to channels 1 and 2. And let's say you have some guitar that over here that you want to have on channel 7 is your guitar, and you want to have a chorus sound. You hit chorus and you bring up channel 7, and now you've added a chorus effect. Okay, very simple, very easy to use, and you can see that everything is working very smoothly through the browser as you would like. One thing you could do is hide your toolbar if you want to, give you a little bit more room, but it doesn't really matter. Now you can come over here to this UI thing, and if you click up here where it says UI, it opens up another little window. Okay, so you can come up here and you can make subgroups. You can make you can see your inputs, you can see your effects returns, and you can see all 4 of those there, and control your volumes. So you'd probably want those at 0 unless you want to add that on. And of course you can mute them. You can see your subgroups if you want to create 4 subgroups for like vocals, instruments, drums. And then you have aux masters, which gives you your 6 auxiliaries. Of course, auxiliary 1, 2, 3, and 4 is your monitors. You want to view your groups, is your subgroups, is your mute groups, I'm sorry. So we're going to come back over here, and you can do your mute groups. So there's no assigned groups, so you go mute group 1. So you can hold. Let's do that again because I want to make sure you got this. Okay. Press and hold mute group 1, or mute groups. And now this is mute group button assigned. So you can say I want to have the vocals on mute group 1, and I want the instruments on mute group 2, and I want everything else on mute group 4. And then you say, well, I want 6 to kill everything. So in case anything happens, I can just come through here and it will mute every single channel on the mixer. And see, you can even make it so it mutes just the monitors. So you can see your subgroups and everything else. So we'll come back here, and we're back on the main mix. So now I'm going to hit mute group 1. Boom. It just muted channels 1, 2, and 3. Hit mute group 2. It also muted 4, 5, and 6. And you can turn the vocals back on. Or 6, which I always like to have the last number, will mute everything. Alright. That should answer everything that you need to know at this point for working this mixer to get started. And I'm going to go ahead and end this video. And I can't think of anything else right off the bat that that you need except for that, which I should have. I will go back through. So remember, anytime you double tap a fader, it opens up the EQ. This has a 31 band EQ on the main mix, has a 31 band EQ on all of the auxiliary sends. So here's your auxiliary send output. Okay. It should do it. Let's see, am I right? Okay, so we're into the EQ. Sorry, I'm bouncing around here a little bit. Alright, so here's your EQ on your main mix. Okay, and you can actually sit there and adjust the EQ overall on your stereo mix. Okay, I think that just about covers everything you'll need to know at this point. Again, tap that, you can go back to the main screen, and aux masters, tap tempo. That's if you're doing a effect that is like a delay. You can actually tap it, dink, 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 and it will lock into that. And of course, they also give you this mute effects button, which is nice, and mute all button, which is nice too, to have the mute all. You don't have to program that. So remember, that is on the UI thing. So when you start up here, you know, of course, if it's muted, but yeah, you come over here, mute all canceled. And as long as you've got this UI button pushed, you've got access to your subgroups. Remember, press and hold mute groups to get in there and edit them. And of course, you've got the mute all, which is great. Like between songs, you hit mute all, bink, done. You know, everything's off. All right. Thanks. And I will end with showing you the actual sign in. That's the name, Soundcraft Ui Wireless LAN.